So the first thing you want to do to solve these types of problems is to label A, B, and C on the triangle. So A would be either 3 or 4, so it's one of the two sides touching the right angle. So you could label either one. And then B would be the other one that you didn't label as A. And then C is going to be the hypotenuse. And so that is the side of the triangle that's as far away from the right angle as can be. And so now to solve for the missing side, we can just plug into our equation. So we know that A squared would be 3 squared because 3 is our A. And then B is 4 squared, and then that is going to be equal to C squared. And C here is just X. And then we just need to solve. So 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared, which is 16, is equal to X squared. Now on the left-hand side, we can add 9 and 16, and we'll get 25. And that's equal to X squared. So now whenever you have just X squared on one side of the equation, the way you can solve for it is to take the square root of both sides. And what this will give us is 5 on the left and X on the right. So the final answer is just going to be 5. So let's just do one more problem. So yet again, let's start by labeling A, B, and C. So A is going to be one of the two sides next to the right angle. So we'll label our X as A. B would be the other side. So we'll label 8 as B. And then the C is going to be the hypotenuse. Then all we need to do is plug into the equation. So this time our A is actually going to be X squared plus the B, which is 8 squared. And that is going to be equal to C, so 10 squared. Then we can solve. So we have X squared plus 64 equals 100. So now what we can do is subtract 64 from both sides. And what we will get is X squared equals 36. Now, like in the previous problem, we can take the square root of both sides. So what we will be left with is X equals 6. So that there is the answer to the missing side of the triangle.